Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's time once again for our weekly journey that we call Living Hope. A weekly show designed to provide hope, inspiration, and education for those living with pancreatic cancer and all those affected around them. Sharing the real life stories of those really affected and how they deal with it on a daily basis. And today, the only challenge we're going to have is keeping Roberta awake till she's a little sleepy here today. I don't know why. Welcome, Roberta.
Thanks, Paul. I love how you throw me under the bus.
I just want to, in case you nod off, I don't want people to,
Well,
worry.
if anybody sees anything flying across the screen, they'll figure it out, hopefully, because
Yeah.
you can't reach me to kick me under the table. So, anyway, I promise I will stay awake for 25 minutes at least.
Okay, that's it. Timer's on. Go. No. And your guest, she says everybody's sleepy today. I don't know.
I know there's something about it. I don't know what it is. Maybe the warmth. I'm not sure. We're still in our summer, even though I think we're supposed to be out of summer. But somebody's not telling us the truth.
Somebody's not sharing.
Anyway, we're so happy to have Sarah Banks with us again today. She's been here a few times, and I just really love it when she comes, but especially today. It's really a special, for me, a special show because we have a special event coming up, and we'll be talking about that. But Sarah is the Development Manager for the Hirshberg Foundation for Pancreatic Cancer Research. Thank you, Sarah, for joining us. And again, like I said, we have a special event coming up on Sunday, October 22nd. So can you tell us about that?
October 22nd, which is this Sunday, we'll be hosting the 26th annual LA Cancer Challenge 5K. So it's a run walk, and it takes place at UCLA Wilson Plaza, and it benefits the Hirshberg Foundation for Pancreatic Cancer Research.
And we got to get Roberta to turn off her mic on her laptop.
Oh, sorry.
Because we're getting double mic, or we're getting not the mic, the camera. We're getting double cameras here.
Oh, you don't want to see me twice, huh? Okay.
We could.
I've always heard once is enough. One of me is
I can't
enough.
see her at all anymore.
One of me is enough, so that's okay. Anyway, and sorry, what time does it start?
Registration opens at 7:30 a.m. Ceremony begins at 8 a.m. and then the walk begins at 9 a.m.
Awesome. And is it? I know we're kind of like I said, we're really close to the event as it is. Is it too late for people to register if they want to join?
Absolutely not. And in fact, people can register the same day, the morning of. We encourage you to register in advance, of course, and go to www.lacancerchallenge.com. Register children and adults to participate at UCLA, but you can show up the morning of, and we will get you registered.
Oh, sounds great. I know that the LA Cancer Challenge, or LACC, has quite a history. Can you kind of fill us in a little bit about the history of the event?
The event began 26 years ago. I mean, Aggie's journey began 26 years ago of creating this foundation and finding a way for the community to help fund research, help fund patient programs. I mean, anything that we are in need of within the pancreatic cancer community. She was eager to fill that void. So 26 years ago, with the help of her daughter, Lisa Mannheim, she put together this walk, and it started out as a walk, but now we have a whole lot of activities there. We have a Candyland Kids Zone, we have a Fit Family Expo, we have a very robust schedule throughout the day. And we wrap it all up by noon. But ultimately, this is all about the community, patients, families, children coming together to walk in honor of their loved ones, to walk in celebration of survivors, within their family or a group of friends, and raise awareness. That's the big thing here, is raising awareness. And that was originally Aggie's goal: raise awareness and fund research and important programs.
Yeah, no, it's been around a while, and I don't remember the first year Vic and I attended, but we were actually at the I want to say the Veterans Hospital. So you've changed venues a few times. The venue that you're at right now is really beautiful. I really love it. Can you just kind of, and you might have already said, but just give them a brief description of the venue, what it is?
So we were at the VA, I think that was up until 2014, and we had 1 year in the Valley, but we have returned to UCLA, which was an earlier venue. UCLA is our hub, really. We have our labs there. It's where we host our symposium. And a lot of our doctors are on that campus. So it was really important for us to return to UCLA, and we did that a few years back. It's at Wilson Plaza, and it is gorgeous. I mean, it's by the Jan Steps, and it's like this quad area, and it's, beautiful sun, grass, open to all. It's just a gorgeous space. When we were at the VA, that was fantastic, to have that space, but it was nothing like this. This is really a beautiful area. So we're happy to be there.
Yeah, like I said, we were there when you were at the VA, and it was a nice walk. But like I said, the area right now, I mean, it's just so beautiful, and it just makes it, when you're looking at the beauty of it, it makes the walk that much more special, I think. But do appreciate the time we spent at the VA, because that was actually our first walk was with you guys when you were there. So
Yeah, we were at the VA when I started working for the foundation some, 11 years ago. And it was still a great location. We had a lot of gopher holes there, so
yes, we
that
did.
was awesome. But yeah, UCLA is just a beautiful campus, and like I said, it's our hub. So it's really where we want to be and where we want to direct people. That's a great place to come together.
It is, and no gopher holes. At least I haven't found any yet. So
No,
I wasn't going to throw that in there, but since you did, I'll go ahead.
right. It was a thing though.
It was, and like I said, it was just something. It was a really special event. Like I said, we went and we actually went with the Team Tyler. It was in honor of a young man who, was a survivor at that time and was very athletic, and so we joined his family and friends, and it just became. I think that was our first walk there, and it just became something we tried to do every year. So to go from there and to where you are right now, like I said, it's really a big difference and really a beautiful campus. So, any other? I mean, is there any other changes or any other difference from the early days to now?
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of changes, but I can go through the list of them. I mean, sponsors changed. We're presented by Wells Fargo. That's our presenting sponsor, and they've been a huge supporter for a number of years now. I believe in the earlier years it was the FILA challenge. There were some sponsor changes and name changes. Always the LA Cancer Challenge, but still, Wells Fargo has been our presenting sponsor for a long time. LA Parent is our Candyland Kids Zone sponsor. Marvin Group is our Team Lounge sponsor, and we have all these different components in Wilson Plaza. So you go to one place and you gather with teams in the Team Lounge. You go to another section, another corner, and you have this huge Candyland Kids Zone with bounce houses and crafts, and go-go squeezes in there. Splatters will be there this year, and fun family brands, all of these goodies for kids, and ways for them to be active and wear costumes and all of that. And then of course, the Fit Family Expo, which has a number of vendors that all come together in support of our mission and to just make this event fantastic. So, and with the help of our volunteers as well, I should say. We have a wonderful sponsor in Feldmar Watches this year. They are our volunteer sponsor. So I think, like, as any event evolves, if you compare it to 26 years ago, we've grown, we've expanded. It's much more dynamic, more things to do, and something for every member of the family and everyone, from little kids to adults, walkers, runners. We've got it all.
You mentioned the kids zone, the candy kids zone, I believe was what you called it. And I know you said some of the things are there, but can you elaborate a little bit more on that? And I know is it just the kids that wear costumes, or can everybody wear a costume?
I mean, everybody can wear costumes. We always have an amazing purple shirt, for LA Cancer Challenge, but we definitely encourage costumes. The funny thing is that the LA Cancer Challenge occasionally lands on Halloween. So it's always had this Halloween theme to it. And we have a costume contest for little kids, and we have a costume contest for adults. So a lot of people participate. In particular with the Candyland Kids Zone, I mean, what we did a few years back was we gathered our volunteers and we created these elaborate decorations, giant, like, lollipops, my height, 5'6", 6 feet tall, gumdrops and chocolate kisses, and all of these things that we decorated the Candyland Kids Zone with. So when you see photos over the years, like the decorations are incredible. And then you add in, some of our incredible vendors that cater to children, whether it's book reading or face painting, and crafts, these activities, two bounce houses, one that's Candyland themed. There's just a lot to keep them busy, have them enjoy themselves, and it feels, Halloweeny. That's not really a word, but it
Hey,
feels
I say
like
it all the time.
Halloween.
Halloween, yes.
Yeah, I mean, because we're so close, right? And this is a great activity for them to enjoy themselves as well. The adults, we're here, we know what our mission is, what our purpose is, we know what we're fundraising for. But this is a family, friendly event, and we want everyone to enjoy themselves, including the 1 year old and the 2 year old and, everybody else.
Yeah, I think when you have something and somebody can actually enjoy themselves, especially when it's something, I mean, pancreatic cancer isn't the most, positive or, thing that we want to talk about and look at. But if you can go do something and you're walking away or you're going there to have a great time and you're walking away saying, wow, that was really awesome. I think, it just gives a little something to the event and to all of you who are putting it together. So,
I completely agree. I mean, we want it to be a positive experience. It is no cancer, is a cakewalk. So, pancreatic cancer is the third leading cause of cancer deaths. And we know that it's devastating for a number of families, and including my own. But these kinds of events, they bring people together. They allow us to celebrate, remember, shine a light on the people that are fighting this disease, the people that uh, fought, a really difficult fight, and they're our loved ones. We want to honor them. We want to pay tribute. We want patients, whether they're starting their journey now, with treatment, or long-term survivors like yourself, to know that there's a community here to support them, and we're funding programs that will support them. And you know that. I mean, well, we should just say now, you are our honorary starter this year. As a 21-year survivor, you've been a part of just about every event no, you've been a part of every event that we have, short of a few in other states, but you've been in attendance. You've seen, we try and keep an upbeat attitude, because we want people to know that we're fighting for them. And, you have to try and see, some of these positive things, which is the gathering of family, the gathering and support of friends, and the creation of these programs, and the building of this research that will save lives.
yeah, you guys have done an awesome job, and like I said, Vic and I have been very proud and honored to be part of it from way back. And I am really proud to be the official starter, but I'm also really nervous. So, it'll be the I don't know. I think Paul has a question, so I'll let him jump in real quick.
I just want to know, is there a gun involved? Does she have to shoot anything or trigger anything? Because
Keeping
Roberta,
things positive, dude.
because this might make the evening news otherwise for other reasons here. I'm just,
Yeah, we want to make the
No.
evening news, but not because I've shot somebody.
Confetti cannons and purple
See, even that
smoke
sounds a
and
little
fun
dangerous. Does
things.
she pull the cord
No,
and shoot the? Okay, all right.
no, it's a blast. It's a blast. And when
Literally.
you look back, right? And when you look back on the photos, at that start line, where Roberta will be kicking off the race, like the looks on people's faces, like they're excited to be there. They know they've been waiting, they've been fundraising, they've been rallying their friends and family, and it's just a sea of smiles, a sea of purple. It's exciting.
It is, and especially even for those that, I've lost family members as well, but even for those of us that have lost somebody, it's a unity, it's a family, it's a community that maybe, I don't know, other cancers maybe don't understand, because this, I mean, yes, all cancers are bad, but this one is especially difficult because sometimes it's not found until, it's too late, or it's really progressed. So to be able to come together and even see the faces of those that have lost somebody, they're happy to be there, and they're happy to be making a commitment and to be doing something to move forward. So I think you guys have done an excellent job. And I'm not a patient at UCLA. And I mean, I've never felt unwelcomed. I mean, it's like I'm just part of, because I know most of the people that go there are patients of UCLA, at least the ones that I've talked to. But I've always been felt, very welcomed and very loved and part of this community. So it's a great honor for me. Like I said, thank God there is no real gun involved, so we don't have to worry there.
I just
So,
want to double check. No gun
Okay,
involved.
all right.
Okay, all right. No active shooter at this event here, right?
so no worries, Paul.
What does she have to do to start it? Does she jump up and down? Does she say go? Does she wave a flag?
She'll share a little bit of her story. That's usually what really energizes everyone at the start line, is that our honorary starter is always a survivor that shares their story and talks about, how they've gotten from, the beginning of that journey to where they are today, and shares, some of the challenges and just appreciation for the support that they've received, and just acknowledging all of the hard work that these people have done out in the crowd to try and fight this disease on their behalf as well. A lot of the time, we've had quite a few long-term survivors that are not in treatment anymore, but they see the value, of events like this and how it's helped them and others along the way. Even if it's just, attending our symposium, which is an educational event. All of these things are funded by the LA Cancer Challenge in part. So it'll be Roberta on the start stage with our executive director, and she'll share a little bit of her story, and bullhorn will go off, confetti and purple smoke, and everybody will take off running or walking.
I was looking at Paul because he looked like he had a question about this.
I could mark comments. No, I was just going to say, is there a time limit? Because she can talk. She's got quite a story here.
There's a time limit, but Roberta's a pro,
She is.
She has, like I said, she's been at our LACC, our tour de peer, our symposium, and she's spoken, and she's been an advocate for patients for years and years and years. So I'm not worried about her going up there and talking too long or too shortly. She knows how to touch on important points, and she knows what's important for other survivors to hear. And because she's been impacted in the way that, like, somebody like myself has been impacted, whether it's losing a parent or a grandparent or a sibling or something like that, she sees the perspective of both the survivor and the family member. So that's a really important story to share with this particular group of people.
Can't think of a more powerful story or a more compassionate person to give it than Roberta. Everybody loves
100%.
her and her
I
story.
completely agree.
Right.
Oh, thank you guys. Going to tear me up here over here. So
Yeah,
stop.
well, we threw you in the bus a couple times. I got to pull you out.
I know,
dust
right?
you
Thank
off
you.
here.
I appreciate that. One thing I do remember, I spoke one time, and it was my first time speaking, and I didn't know a whole lot apparently, because Aggie got up there. The first thing she said is, "We don't deal with statistics." Well, what do you think was the first thing that came out of my mouth, right?
I got a whole page of statistics, right? Yeah.
So I learned, and I have to agree, because sometimes, I mean, we all know the statistics, so we don't have to keep getting beat over the head with it, So I really kind of appreciate that, because she takes, in everything she does, a positive. Hirshberg, you all take a positive. I mean, yes, we know the statistics and we do talk about them, but it's not something that we're beating ourselves up with all the time. And I think that's really a great help, is to be able to see that. And like last year, I was really impressed, because last year was your 25th anniversary. So you guys, I believe you had 5 survivors up there, and each one got to share their story. And that was just really amazing, because it was from, well, Sarah, you tell us about them sharing their story.
I mean, we had 5 you said it. We had 5 survivors up there, all of them who've been very active in our community. We thought it would be something unique to have all 5 of them. They didn't all go into their story. That would be a long period of time at the start line, but we have their stories shared online on our website. We had an introduction video talking a little bit about each one of them. And I think, that's a powerful image, seeing 5 long-term survivors up at the start stage, and each of them is saying, you have helped do this, you have made this possible for us, whether it's a program for patients, whether it's some kind of educational resource, whether it's you help direct me to this hospital or medical center, like all of these things, that all of the ways in which you've helped raise money and bring people together has helped me in some way directly. And that's what we wanted to relay, is like, these are the faces, and a number of them, of people that have been impacted by the work that you guys are doing in your community today. So
Yeah, and I think it's good for, somebody who's newly diagnosed as well to see there are survivors. There are survivors that survive quite a while. So, it gives you that,
absolutely.
yeah, that hope that we
Absolutely.
don't have because we're
I
told
was on
that.
your show not that long ago, and we were talking about, my family story and the fact that, my mom was given 6 months and she lived 2.5 years. When you're a new patient, who knows, what prediction you've been given, what statistic you've been given. And a lot of long-term patients were given those types of statistics as well. We're given, this much amount of time to live, and everyone is not the same. So we want people to see that, yeah, we can all Google pancreatic cancer and see terrible things just like any other cancer, but certainly worse with this one. But what's important is that you could be different. You could meet every challenge, you could overcome, you could surpass whatever your doctor has put out there. We don't know, and we're here to support you along the way so that you can live longer, so that you can have a better quality of life. And you do know that you're able to fight this, and people are there to fight with you. No one fights this disease alone when the Hirshberg Foundation is involved, and we try to be involved.
And you guys do a great job. And like you said, my doctor gave me 6 months, and here I am, 20 and a half years later, still, So
Yeah.
you can't. And sometimes I don't understand because I know, and I did the same thing with my dad. I did ask, how long do we have? Because I think we were trying to figure out, even though my dad knew how much we loved him, we're trying to figure out what time do we have? What do we need to be
Yeah.
doing in this time? Because you don't want to waste any minute.
Right.
So to be told for my dad, we had 3 to 6 months and he was gone within 2 weeks. I was told I only had 6 months and here I am still here 21 years later. So why do
Yeah.
doctors, and partly it's, I assume responsibility because I asked, but why doesn't the doctor come back and say, I'm sorry, that's not something I know. I mean, I don't know if they're going by statistics. I don't know where
Some
they're
do.
coming from.
Some
You know?
do. Some will acknowledge that they're not sure. But I mean, when you're talking about pancreatic cancer, right? Just like any other cancer, there's staging. Stage one, two, three, four. A, B. The, so they're working off of, one, you're dealing, where are you seeing this doctor? How much experience do they have with this disease? Are they working based on statistics that they have learned? Are they working based on, I'm treating 20 plus patients a year, and this is what I've seen, and the results can vary. I mean, I don't think that every doctor out there is saying, oh, you're 6 months and that's it. Some of them are, unfortunately. But the really amazing ones, and the ones that, are, everybody's learning and growing, understanding this disease in a different way. If you can find someone that says, look, there are statistics, but we're here to fight it, and let's see where we end up. I mean, I feel like, and this is my personal opinion, I feel like that's the better way, because like you said, you can see both ends of it, and you don't know who's going to be on what side. I've seen stage four. I believe you were stage four, right?
No, I'm a
Is that
stage 3.
stage three? I've seen stage four as well. That are living years, and not living always on chemo. So, you know, it, you just don't always know what you're going to get. It is sad and really challenging to know that someone can be diagnosed and, not live for very long. But that's what we're trying to fight against. That's what we're trying to beat this. We're trying to make sure that people do live. That is the goal here.
And it's, none of us know how long we're going to be here, but one thing is, to the quality of life to me is much more important than the quantity, than how long I'm here. My plan, of course, we all know is to be here at least until I reach 100, but, it has to be a good quality of life, and I
Yeah.
think things like what you guys are doing, regardless if we're here 3 months, 6 months, or whatever, the quality of life that you help us provide and give us through your symposiums and through this event is really amazing. And I, as a longtime survivor and also caregiver, truly appreciate what you guys do.
I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to know that. And, we can only hope that that is true for any survivor that, comes into our community and is a part of our organization. We want people to feel supported. One thing that we always say is never give up. And with the LACC, we say we're going to fight to the finish. We want everybody to know that they're not fighting this alone, and that we're in it for the long haul, and hopefully it won't be long. We want to get this done. We want to reach that finish line.
And I think we will, with Hirshberg's help and with all that you guys do. But one more time, I'm sorry, the time goes by so fast here. One more time, can you give us where people can go to register for the event?
They can go to lacancerchallenge.com, and they can register today, or they can register the morning of. It is $25 for children 11 and under, $45 registration for adults. We have over 100 teams that participate, which is, groups of family, friends, sometimes people that work for the same company that are honoring someone that they worked with. So yeah, you can register today, you can register the day of. We just want to see you there. We want you to join us and show support for the pancreatic cancer community.
Yeah, so look forward to that. And again, Living Hope is a proud sponsor, so we're happy to be there. But I want to thank you again. And today I wanted to dedicate this episode to actually all those that are putting together this event. Aggie, Lisa, Amy, Martin, Sarah, yourself, all the volunteers that I can't mention because there's way too many, and I don't want to leave anybody out. So if I didn't say your name, it's not because I'm not thinking of you and remembering. It's just I only have a few minutes and I'm getting the wrap-up sign. So, it's just one of those things. But I do want to let you all know how much I really do appreciate this event. And again, never give up. Let's fight to the finish.
Yes.
Well, there you have it. One more reason as we finish to tune in each and every time to Living Hope. Your journey with pancreatic cancer, a weekly show designed to provide hope, inspiration, education for those living with pancreatic cancer, and to pull the community together, sharing the real-life stories of those really affected and how they deal with it on a daily basis. If you have a story to tell, please contact us here at the station. If you know anyone that needs help, lots of places to go. Certainly Hirshberg is one of them. Is it pancreatic.org? I think that's it. Pancreatic.org. So check it out. And for all of us here at OC Talk Radio, we hope we'll see you there at the LA Cancer Challenge this coming weekend up at UCLA. Thanks so much.